Hey, how's it going, people? xSalmonSlapperx here, and we now have the Elder Kiln quest, which has just come out yesterday, and I recorded this maybe a couple of hours after it came out. But yeah, here we go. The entrance is literally right next to the old Tzhaar entrance, as you can see there. So, before we get started, quest requirements. So for this quest you actually need 75 magic, 60 agility, and 41 mining. The only actual item you must have is either a rune pick or a dragon pick. And then obviously you'll want decent armor, weapons, whatnot. But items I recommend to bring along are probably a superset or better. Prayer renewal is nice, but it's not necessary if you can't make them or can't be asked to buy one. Super restores and brews are always nice. Alternatively, you could use sharks or rocktails or something, but you will be going back for the bank that much more often. You'll want prayer pots anyway, because you'll be having protect from magic on most of the time. You want some high defense armor, such as a barrow set, bandos, something like that. On top of that, you'll also want a ranged weapon, because you have to fight 2 level 360s at one point in there. So once you're ready, just head into the cave entrance and head north and slightly east in about the 1 o'clock direction. And eventually you'll come across the bloke we need to talk to start this quest. So here he is. Talk to the northern NPC. And he'll ask you if you would like to take on this quest. Accept it, and basically you'll get thrown straight into like a mini game. And the idea here is, as you can see on the left hand side, there's a little bar. You have to keep the heat in between those 2 arrows to warm the actual egg up. So if it goes over, use a water spell, and if it goes under, use a fire spell. Can take a little bit of a while, as it is a bit of a pain in the ass, but it's fairly straightforward and easy. So as soon as you hit 50%, the markers will move position higher up on the thermometer or bar, or whatever it is. Then again, as soon as you hit 80%, it goes up even higher, and each time the space between those 2 arrows gets gradually smaller. At the end of it, carry on with another cutscene, and it'll spawn this little thing, a gal or whatever the hell it's called. And a bloke will walk off with it, and they're gonna kill it. But this bloke here will ask you to save it, as he thinks he knows how to bring them to life. So once you finish talking to him, head directly west of you to the plaza. It's basically just a massive circle on the floor, just head there. And the northernmost NPC in this circle is the one you want to talk to. He's standing right next to the gal. You can ask the gal to come with you, and he'll ignore you for now. So talk to the NPC just north of him, and he'll basically say, yeah, you can take him with you as long as you can make him survive through the fight pit. So you'll get spawned straight into a massive battle, and it's pretty much all v all. And as soon as each of these NPCs has killed whatever they're attacking at the beginning, they'll then move on to try and kill that little gal. You have to keep it alive, otherwise you'll have to restart it. So as you can see there, this one just finished killing whatever he was fighting and went straight for him. All you gotta do is hit them once or twice to get their attention, and then they'll focus all their attacks on you. But basically wipe everything out. Simple as that. There's some range, mage and melee in you, so chuck whatever prayer on you need. Can't whiff in much. But basically, once you've killed everything, you'll have another little cutscene where you talk to the same bloke again, and he'll basically go back on his word and say, hell no, get the champion here, you can kill him. So he comes along, batters him in the face, and now you've got to fight him. You want protect from melee against this dude, as he can hit quite hard. But it's straightforward again, just poke him in the eye, eventually goes down. And you'll have another little talk, and he'll eventually agree to just allow you to take the gal into the kiln to try and bring him back to life. As far as I know, none of the actual chat options make that much of a difference. You can pretty much pick whatever you want. But as a general rule, just try to go for ones which agree with them and say, yeah, I'll help you out. But once you finish talking to them and you've accepted it, head to the east and slightly south. And eventually you'll come across a large corridor. Head through this corridor and go north, and you should run into a bank just before an entrance to a cave. So while you're here after that little fight, bank and reset up all your supplies. Make sure you don't forget your ranged weapon to take on the 360s. I forget it on video at the moment, but I do come back for it. You can actually melee the 360 if you want, but they do batter you. So I'd highly recommend a ranged weapon. You'll want one inventory space as well. And set up your quick prayers to protect from magic. And if you've got it, turmoil piety or chivalry, if you're using melee. If you're using range or mage, then obviously the equivalent. Refill all your prayer, get all your supplies. And as soon as you're ready, head through the passage, or cave entrance. You'll have another little cutscene then with this gal, tell him to come along and follow you. And there'll be a little agility thing in front of you, just jump over it. And you'll have another cutscene where this thing apparently doesn't know what jump means. As soon as this cutscene's over, make sure you got Protect from Magic on. That's why I told you set up the quick prayers, just quickly knock them on. And finish off this little mini mage thing here. There's a couple of mobs in here, so keep Protect from Mage on. You might want to chuck up your supersets now as well. Get some of them down here. And you'll see this armadillo / rhino thing coming towards you. To kill these, you actually need to have your pick equipped. And kind of like the dungeoneering boss, eventually you'll break his armor. At which point you can switch to whatever weapon you want and finish it off. They use melee attack, and they've also got, I don't know if you want to call it a special skill, but they drop rocks on you from above. As far as I know, the dropping rocks from above can't be blocked at the moment. And they do about 280 damage, I think it was. But anyway, once you've finished all them off, carry on down the passage and you'll see a skeleton lying against the wall. Search it to get a journal. You'll actually be needing this in 5-10 minutes, so make sure you pick it up. As soon as you're ready, head through here. You want Protect from Mage on, as this is where the 2 360s are. You'll have another little cutscene where you'll come across the Tzhaar range weapon. For the life of me, I can't remember what it's called, but you end up giving that to this little midget. And from now on, he'll actually help you out in fights. Although he doesn't do a massive amount of damage, to be honest, so. Anyway, once you regain control, there's Toggle right next to you. Pick that up. Make sure you got Protect from Mage on. And walk straight in. There'll be 3 or 4 of those little mini mages. And the 2 level 360 mages in you. So if you're like me and you forgot your ranged weapon, now's the time to go back and pick it up. To do that, you literally just have to backtrack slightly. I'll speed this up so you don't have to wait. Yeah, go to the bank, get your ranged weapon, and as soon as you re-enter, you'll end up back in that 360 room, so get your mage back on, Protect from magic. And now range him in the face. So fairly straightforward. Keep an eye on your prey. Other than that, keep Protect from magic on and wipe them out. Straightforward, nice and easy. So carry on through north. There's another little mage here, and go through the cave. There's another couple of mages and another armadillo. So get your pick on, break his armor, switch back, rip him apart. Finish off the other midgets that are there along with it. And carry on, and you'll come across 2 scales. At this point you want to read the journal, you can quickly go through it, don't actually need to read it if you don't want to, but quickly jump through that. And you can now right click, check notes, and kind of like the other Tzhaar Quest, it's a numbering system. So, as you've probably already guessed, if you check one of the scales, you'll have a simple math problem, where it's plus or minus and then a number, but it's all in Tzhaar. So, find out what the math problem is, write it down on a piece of paper or whatnot, then check your notes. It's different for everybody, so... and then answer. So something along the lines of 7 minus 4 plus 2 plus 7. I think it was. For me, anyway. If you do it right, you'll have a little animation of you putting Toggle on there. If you do it wrong, you'll get battered for quite a bit of damage, so keep an eye on your life. As soon as you've done the first one, move on to the next one. And same as before, solve the math problem. And eventually the doors will open. So, carry on through the doors, jump over the agility, and again with another agility, and again with another agility. On the other side of this is another armadillo. So check on your dragon pick or your rune pick, whichever you're using, stab him in the face. Little fucker. And wipe him out. So, carry on through the cave. There's another couple of agilities, obstacles, and eventually you'll come to another cave entrance. Before you enter, now would be a good time to re-pot either your superset or overloads or your extremes, whatever you're using, and refill up on prayer and whatnot. And before you enter this next room, you'll also want to put Protect from Mage on before you enter. Otherwise you could take quite a bit of damage straight away. So once you're ready, go through. There'll be a level 180 melee mob. Kill him, as the mages can't harm you as long as you've got Protect from Mage on, so... as soon as you finish him off, move on to the mages, take them out. and carry on through. There's another entrance here. Now, this entrance, you'll actually be going into kind of like the fight caves where it's just wave after wave of enemies. You only have to complete 7 waves, but keep an eye out for what's around you, for whether you need to switch to mage, range, or melee protection. But if you've got renewals, then chuck them up. These little blobby things here use melee, level 100. I don't think they ever hit me. So, take them out. There's a ranger. I don't know if this sequence of enemies will be slightly different for other people, but the second round will be rangers again, with 1 mage and 1 melee. As soon as you see a mage, make sure you go protect from magic on, as they can hurt quite a lot. Mage should always be first priority to wipe out. They're a pain in the ass. And you can block the melees behind them anyway, mid-fight, so... Yeah, make your way through the waves. You only have to complete 7 of them, so don't worry about it. Shouldn't be too hard. And then on wave 7, a champion will appear. And randomly when the champion hits you, he'll drain your prey. So make sure you keep an eye on your prey if you're fighting anything else at the same time. You'll want to protect from melee against him as well. So, final wave, and as you can see the champion's right by there. And if you keep a close eye on my prey, you'll notice it just drops suddenly. But once you finish him off, the rest is pretty straightforward. And as soon as you finish wave 7, some bloke will talk to you and say come talk to him. So head towards, I think it's the north side, he's somewhere around there. And talk to him, ask him to help you out. Or I need your help, I should say. And basically your little buddy Gal will jump into some lava pit of some kind and learn everything about the Tzhaar instantly, apparently. I'm not sure if you actually have to check any other options this bloke has to say. As far as I know, you can quite literally just go, I need your help. But up to you if you want to find out anything more about this quest and the Tzhaar. As far as I know, none of those options make a difference, whether it's for the Tzhaar, for Gal, or don't bother. I chose the middle one anyway. And eventually, he'll tell you to leave. But as you're leaving, more of these Tzhaar creatures will spawn to try and kill you. You can ignore them and just keep on running. You now just want to exit as quick as possible. As far as I know, you don't actually need any protection magic, protection praise on at all. but I left Protect from Mage on just in case. And gradually make your way back towards the banker. So quite a lot of backtracking ahead of you. Along the way you'll have short conversations with this gal as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Coming close to the end of the quest. All in all, I think I used 5 super restore pots, or maybe 4, and 5 sour domino brews, and about 8 shark, or rocktail even. So if that's anything to go by, that's max combat, other than summoning. It should be pretty straightforward and easy for most people. As long as you've got Protect from magic, range and melee, you shouldn't have a problem with this quest. And eventually you'll get back out. You now want to head towards the plaza, as you now need to go talk to that Toxcat Medj, or whatever the fuck his name was. The bloke you started the quest with. So head west, slightly north, and into the main plaza, and talk to any of these two. You'll have another little cutscene, and basically the Tzhaar will say they want to make every single gal like this bloke that we just helped. And basically the gal will say, hell no, I just want to leave. And they'll have a little fight, the gal will kick his ass and then disappear, fucks off. Cha-ching! Basically, the gal will run off and talk to that big chunky dude in the kiln. So it's a fair shout there may be a continuation of this quest line in the future, so look forward to that. And as soon as you've done that, ding! Quest complete. So you get 2 quest points, 100k XP tome for one of the combat stats, 50k magic, 30k agility, and a ring which allows you to teleport in multiple areas of the Tzhaar, so the fight caves, pits, the kiln and you. Additionally, if you complete this within 2 weeks of its release, you also gain this, the early bird bonus, which is another lamp of 100k XP, or something along those lines. And when you complete it, you'll actually gain a title when you're in the Tzhaar area. And that's pretty much it. So, nice straightforward quest. Oh, on top of that you also gain access to the new fight caves for the new lava cave. I don't know if I'll cover it, but I may do in the future. But I hope you all enjoyed. Next one will be While Gothic Sleeps, probably next Friday. So until then, I'll catch you all later.